Hello, this is a walkthrough of Bandlab for the 1917 project. So this is part one, just going to show you importing the audio, starting a new Bandlab file, and taking it as far as having a rough sketch. So let's press create on here, and let's just start by saying let's just have an instrument track up there. I'm going to use this instrument track in a minute to act as a markers track, so we can forget about what instrument it is. It doesn't matter. We can see this ruler at the top by minutes and seconds. We're going to definitely want to start this at 131. So 131 is what we want. Sorry, my oversized mouse is very difficult to see that. And the other thing is, the most important thing you can do in Bandlab is go to View and Snap to Grid. Make sure Snap to Grid is on. Okay, and then we're gonna, and the other most important, second most important thing is to surname, first name, 1917. There you go. And we just press save. My work can be saved. Okay, I haven't done anything yet, so it's not too happy about that. So let me just add that in and see if I can save that, and still doesn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to just write in, what should we say? This first one, I'm just going to say titles. There's that, and I can just bring that in just a little bit so we've got that. Right, let's do this. Let's pull in some audio. So I'm going to get my 1917 audio. Here's the notes. You should have got this stuff down so you can see it. There's the notes. There's the brief, recreate the music for 1917. You will have read this. There's some timings. We'll use those in a minute. Here's some of this. I'm going to use probably this cello pedal. Let's bring that in. I'm going to bring that one in. Let's select a few more. So I quite like this piano arpeggio. We'll use that one. I'm going to use this rev sweep. I'm going to use the taiko drum. Going to use the violin's tension. Going to use the what have we got? The boom low. I quite like that. Definitely going to use the original music. And to be honest, I think that's about right. So we'll just do that for the minute. Any other bits of piano music? We got piano arp. Let's use the piano and heartbeat. Going to drag those in. So just going to pull those in here. Just move them to the start. Best thing you've got is this. Going to just take this to the top. If we zoom out, then you'll see what that is. That is this original sound. So it makes life very easy. So probably a really good idea to put some markers in right now. Let's just put some markers in. So just going to move it to that. I'm going to right click on here and say minutes and seconds. It's saving just at the moment, so that's fine. So let's just have a look here at our notes, and we say, and we're just going to say 7 as logos, so that's about here. Let's nip in just a little bit. Just pull across the bottom there. It's very difficult sometimes moving across the bottom. There it is. Disappears slightly. So 7 is the logos. Oh, you can see it. It's just there. I'm going to mute a few of these tracks because we don't need them on. And I'm probably going to just select all of those and just move them down to the end of the piece so I can go and pull them back this way when I want them. So let's put a few more markers in. find out where we need some markers. So 12 is underground, we'll do that one, and we'll do 46 title, 36 explosion, 46. Let's put 109 in. So 12, 109, we know where the explosion is because you'll be able to see it. Okay. So going to just copy that, press Alt, and just copy that across. And the titles, this is underground at this point, so that's where they are. So that's fine. We can just pull that out a little bit. Yeah, we do. So I can in fact just pull that one along just a little bit, and then you can see those. That's the best thing to do with these. We don't need too many of these markers. 109 title time, and that should do us. Maybe 1 your orders, because we can do a clever thing with that as well. Let's copy this across. Let's pull this across here. 1 minute, your orders is there. Orders, we'll get to that a little bit later. And then, what do we say? 109 time, that's a pretty good one as well. So let's just nip in there and see what that is. Yeah, that's there. That says title time. Okay. All right. So apart from that, you've got other things
They're walking
happening.
into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack.
So let's get some audio in here now. Let's copy some of this across. So I quite like this cello pedal. What's it good for? It's really good for just making this thing make sense. We can take all of these off mute now because we haven't got any chance of any of the stuff just playing through. So one thing I'm definitely going to do before I do anything else is make sure that the top is set to beats and measures, not to seconds, not to minutes and seconds. So if we grab that and slide it over, let's just make sure that we've got snap to grid on. Don't know why that's come off, but snap to grid wasn't on, so let's just make sure that is on. And I'm just going to copy a few of these across. Let's just do that so that we've got something continuing all the way through. So we can delete what we don't want a bit later, but it's just a good idea to have some kind of bed running. Now I've used this one quite a lot. I quite like this. Violin's tension. We'll see how we can do with this. See what we can make happen. And we might have to fade this in. Let's see. So we can pull that in, but we can't actually fade that in. Let's just have a look whether in the edits there are some fades. So we'll use that a bit later. That's not quite as good a part as I thought it was. In here we haven't got the fade facility, so we're just going to go for something which comes in slow anyway. We've got this rev sweep that's really useful, so let's just use that and copy one of those to the start and just see what we've got. Okay, I quite like that, so let's use that. And what we can do is we can have that work for where that title is. They already do one, but I quite like the idea of that happening there. I can also copy that back and maybe use that as a sort of a boom sound just for the very start of this, because that's quite handy. Let's just rewind to do that. Brings everything in quite nicely. I'll just turn that down a bit. These things are very loud, so one of the things you might want to do is just turn these down as they go. We don't want it distorting. Okay, that's fine. Down here we've got this piano part. So let's just throw this in here and copy that over and see what we've got there. Down here at the bottom, just bring that back. Don't need to be so far in for that. But I can, I'm gonna snap that to there. And I'm just gonna continue that. Turn it down. Might put an echo on that. So we're 131 beats per minute, which means our a good echo time, 60,000 milliseconds divided by 131 beats per minute equals 458. So if you want to get a nice effect on that piano, let's put a 458 filter echo on there. Delay for 458, 457, that'll do it. Let's try that. Copy that across a bit. That's quite nice. I like it. That ends quite nicely just prior to that explosion. So there's that. What I might do here is I might copy this one across and then I might go into the editor on that, and with that one I might pop across and click on the reverse. So we've got that one reversed, because that might really work for that. So we've just got this sense of impending doom. A little bit earlier. That'll do it. So that's quite nice. Good. Get a little bit of silence just after that, it's fine. And then we can maybe bring this piano back in. Well, let's try see what happens with the other piano. Let's try the other piano. There's the piano up. Let's bring that in here. And let's copy that in just there. And copy a few of those. Just see what we've got. We certainly won't need this piano arp, has got quite a lot of bass response in it. We won't need that cello underneath it. So let's see what happens there. Might even take that out just at that point, so all we've got is silence just for a second and just use the silence. Turn that down a bit, it's very loud.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I might just use this because it's really good. Just bring it in just there so that we don't bring that. So we don't bring that in completely dry, but we've actually got something that happens there. And that's all cut, so that should work together. It needs to come back just the tiniest bit.
a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir. Is he alive?
And with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men.
Quite like at this orders bit for us to start using, see what happens if we use the heartbeat, which is quite a nice part. Let's just copy that across. There's that there. And press the Alt key, just copy a few of these across. Oh, hello. That was a bit more difficult than I thought it should be. I'm going to zoom in just a bit. Copy some of these across. And see what we can make. Remembering to turn all of these down.
Are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Turn that audio down a bit. Might bring this. Well, you know what I think we should do is we should probably just play this so we can just see what it looks like. Let's see what that looks like now. So we're going to rewind this to the beginning and just showing you how we're going to play this. Going to move that over there. We're not going to use that for the minute. In fact, actually, you know, we could probably start using this when the heartbeat comes in. Just use it really, really quietly to create some tension. Let's just get that really quiet.
Are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Let's just try that. Let's see what we got to with that. Because we can hear what's happening with this audio track. Going to move that up a bit so we can see it. Okay, and I'm going to copy one of those to the end just so we've got a spare if we need it for something. Right, so that's ready to play. Going to go and get out of your downloads in the download zip file. You should have this countdown no music, or you can get to this in a separate YouTube video that's also linked. But let's just 2, 1. So let's just have a look at this. Okay, so that works. We've already got an echo on this piano. It's quite creepy. I'm going to turn that cello down a bit because it's a bit loud. They've got lots of this drone stuff happening in their soundtrack, so we can take advantage of that. You need to turn that up a little bit. That's not really effective enough yet.
You have
So
a
that's
brother
quite effective.
in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir. Is he alive?
And with your help, I'd like to keep it that way.
You can hear the
But
talking
they're
of this
walking
and
into a
here.
trap.
So
Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
probably keep the heartbeat going.
There's only one way this war ends. Last man standing.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No!
Okay.
No, no!
So we've got some moments that we could reflect up there. I'm going to go back to the markers and just mark this out just a little bit better. Let's just take this in just a little bit and let's just see what we've got. Where are our markers? Let's go back into that folder and open up the notes. I'd quite like those titles reflected. So title there, we've more or less reflected with something, but we'll have to work on that a bit. 109 titled 124. 124 and 132 for the minute. So let's get those. We're just going to right click on there and say minutes and seconds. So 124 is about there. And what was the other one? 132. So there's 144 as well. 132, which is there. 144, which is there. Let's just zoom in a bit. 124.
There is only one way this war ends. Last man standing.
Okay, 124, 132. There's the bomb.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No! No!
So that's the bomb there. So we know what's going on there. Let's just zoom out a bit and try and make these things work a bit better. So, we've got our...
Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men.
Might use our reverse sweep again here. Just copy that across to about there.
Brother and mother. That way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't,
Turn that heartbeat up,
we will lose
turn the piano
1,600
down.
men. Your brother and mother.
Quite like that. Going to double that up with that heartbeat. It's quite musical, that heartbeat, so going to do that as well. Do watch out for snap in this. It's not the most effective of snaps. There's a title that comes up here, so let's just see what we can do. Maybe we can just try and fold these back for the minute. Let's fold that back to there, and this one, let's fold that into there, and let's utilize that fellow again. I'm just going to look at the video again in a moment just to see that we've got the timing right on that, but I think that's pretty good. Quite like this cello.
There is only one way this war ends.
Going to zoom in there and get that to be a bit more effective. So just tidying those up just a little bit. Not entirely musical, but
There is only one way this war ends.
who else have we got? We've got this low boom, and we got this taiko build. Let's use this taiko build for a moment. And see what happens if we put that up next to the heartbeat and use that sort of as a rhythm.
Message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
So that heartbeat could probably be more in time than it currently is. I think actually the thing to do is to sort of get it rigidly in time. Let me just check, because I don't think that's on anymore. Let's just snap to grid is on, and the grid size, I think we're just going to check it to bar. Oh, of course, right, my bad. Beats and measures. So back we go. That's why the other thing wouldn't snap. So you have to be quite careful with this. It's very easy to get lost when you're trying to redo things like that. And it's snapping absolutely perfectly. It's much more vicious when it's on beats and measures.
100 men.
Turn that off.
Your brother among them.
Gonna use that repeatedly but quietly, so it makes some kind of rhythm there, because I quite like it.
100 men. Your brother among them.
It works quite well as a rhythm to go along with that.
There is only one way this will end. Last man standing.
We could see what happens if we leave that with this, maybe, this piano thing. Really, it's about just let's see if that happens.
There is only one way this will end. Last man standing.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No! No! No!
Let's see where the nearest bar is there. We could try something like bringing in our heartbeat again and our taiko drum, like both of those. Let's bring them in there and run them over that piano. Just see how that happens. Gonna copy that across at the end, but I'm just gonna tidy this end piece up here. So obviously we don't need that right there. So we'll see what happens there. Copy those again.
No! No! No!
If you fail, it will be a massacre.
Let's just get this cello in on the act as well. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm going to bring it in from here, but probably... now why is that not snapping quite right? There's that. Oh, I think I've chosen one which I'd previously carved the end from. So do that, try that. I'd like it to come in.
It will be a massacre.
That'll work.
Good luck.
Could have that just... Could just have that floating over the end. That might work. Something like that. Oh, that's quite nice. So I'm just going to save that. Going to come through just now, have a look at it. That's a rough sketch. Going to grab these and move them away a little bit so they're not doing anything there. And let's just have a quick listen to this. So I've got this Windows Media Player set to always on top, and the video set to fit player on resize, fit player to video, and 50%, and that gives you this. That gives you this sort of better size for it. Let's move you off the side there though, and then let's press stop and then press play. 2, 1, go. Just going to mute this audio track. So you're listening to the audio from the trailer instead of from in here, but that's okay. It means they're just not chorusing together. It'll also show us how close we are. Maybe keep it unmuted for the minute. They're pretty close.
You You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion,
Yes, sir. Is he alive?
and with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
There is only one way this war ends. Last man standing.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No! No! No!
You probably need to reflect something there.
If you fail, it will be a massacre.
Good luck.
Okay. Certain decisions you can make there. You can make decisions about whether to have the taiko drums in all the way through that section. I might take something out here.
Good luck.
So it doesn't want that. Maybe what needs to be happening here is that we should be brave and just cut this piano back, although it's quite a nice thing. Just going to change the grid size to smart and zoom in a bit. So you've just literally lose that sound when he says good luck. Let's do that.
Good luck.
We could probably lose that last cello piece, and that would be a nice fading out of that.
Good luck.
Could probably just take it down to heartbeat at that point. So you got the last taiko drum after he says that.
Good luck.
That might work. In case you want to try, back here, you've got orders. There you go. There's orders.
Trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning.
So
But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message.
So it's trap your orders, okay? If I listen for that on the video, I can play just that bit, and I know that I can press play on here and have it synced again. So let's, but not having to watch the whole thing from the start. So let's just do this one again. Need to go up to about a minute.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion,
Yes, sir.
Trap your orders.
Is he alive?
and with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't,
There you
you will
go,
lose
more or less synced.
1,600 men. Your brother among them.
There is only one way this war ends. Last man standing.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No! No! No!
Could get rid of that.
If you fail, it will be a massacre.
Could get rid of that as well.
Good luck.
That would work. Okay, so you can play it from the start, or you can play it from 1 minute where he says the word orders. That's really a really nice way of watching the whole thing without having to watch the whole thing. Getting the second half without having to watch the whole thing. So wish you luck. Make sure that you keep pressing save. Make sure that you've called it surname, first name 1917 up there. And this, you know, this needs some fine edits and also some decisions like we were making at the end. Some decisions need making at certain points. You can, in this one, add an instrument track if you feel that it's not doing enough, if you feel that you would quite like some other parts in there. The second video will be talking to you about adding instrument tracks. Okay, so we can just quite quickly, you can, this is all in E minor, so it's mostly white notes. You can add an instrument track, we could add a strings track. I'm going to bring it up here just so that I've got it quite nice and visible. There you go. I'm going to do a strings track, and I'm just going to see what would happen if I, under this section, put in some little bit of a high string. Let's try that. Instrument, piano, strings, string orchestra. I'm going to go for pits, and you can turn it down a bit, turn the reverb up. That's the I and the P key. I've turned it down by an octave. That was rather clever. Don't want it that high up. So there's your E, and there's your F sharp. And there's your G. There's a minor third. Do a second as well. So we could try that. We could try seeing what happened if we just put a few of those notes in. So it's not the best line ever, but turn it down a bit. Make it more in time. So maybe it might be a good idea for me to run the metronome. Yeah, one of those certainly isn't in time. So we can have a look at that, and we can come in here, and that should be snapped. So let's have a quick look. So I'm just trying to literally run these. Just trying to literally run these on the beat. Now, if you want to, you can automatically quantize these. I believe that we can quantize these. I'm going to quantize these quite heavily to 1/4. Boink, like that. That's quite nice. I could see if I wanted that to be a bit quicker, I could, I believe. Let's have a quick look. I think I can use the same thing, press the Alt key, and yeah, I can get myself some second versions of that. Let's have a look. Ooh. Just going to go back to the instrument, turn the reverb full up. Yeah, that's quite nice. I might not even like that. I might go for string orchestra and have it legato instead. Alt stack. That's quite nice. Very simple. Just the root, the minor third, second. I might even take it along to there, so So you'll get the thing when he says good luck.
Good luck.
Could work. So yeah, if you want to use some instruments, you can, but bear in mind we're in E minor, so you can if you want to. It doesn't work on the keyboard, but you can turn this to E, turn that to minor, and it'll show you where they are on the keyboard. So that's pretty good. And it'll actually show you the names on the keyboard as well. So there you go. Maybe that's not such a great idea for this. Just that is a lot easier to look at, but just know that you're using all the white keys except not the F, you're using probably the F sharp. Okay, alright, that's all for this tutorial for today. Thanks very much.